All right, welcome back to another video. My name is Stephen Foster, and this is perfect because we're out in the field. If you guys didn't see my previous video talking about why I'm camping out here and like move my studio out into a tent in the woods, I'll link that down in the description. If you haven't seen my previous field notes journal where I talk about how I set up every single one of my field notes, I'll link that down below as well. But this is how you can upgrade your field notes, or this is how I upgrade my field notes for when I am traveling. So if I'm going to be gone traveling for more than 48 hours, especially if I'm taking like long flights, going into different time zones, different cities, different places that I'm normally not at. Let me know down in the comments below if you end up using any of these. All right, the first thing that I do when I grab a field notes journal for travel specifically is on the very first page, like the first blank page, I will put a few emergency contacts. I'll usually put more than one. I actually would highly recommend putting more than one. I usually put my wife because if anything happens to me, she should be notified first. I'll then put someone who's roughly in the region or the place where I'm going. So this past month, I went out to North Carolina. I stayed with my buddy John. What's up, John? John's been like a long time supporter of this channel. Appreciate you, John. But I had John's contact info in there in case for some reason we got separated, or when I actually had to fly back out, I was flying out of a different airport. In case something happened to me and someone found my field notes on me, or I needed to somehow communicate with someone, I didn't have my phone, I know I can go to my field notes journal, I can get John's information, he can help me out, and he's nearby. Having that just gives me a little bit more peace of mind. The third person I usually like to put down for an emergency contact is just like a friend or family member, someone else who is maybe in the area, maybe not, but someone who's close to me that could support not just me, but my wife and any other needs that may arise if I'm in an emergency situation. All right, that's the serious stuff out of the way. The next thing I'll typically do is I will put down all my itinerary information for my flights and my hotels, Airbnbs, anything else like that. This can include like Airbnb door codes, check-in information for a hotel, an address for your hotel or Airbnb. When it comes down to airport specifically, I like to put down the airport code, the airport name, what time my flight is supposed to depart, what time it's supposed to board, confirmation numbers, things like that. That way, in case your phone dies, an app crashes, something's not working on your phone, you just have it all right there on your field notes and you can grab that easily enough. Also, what I'll try to do about 24 hours before I take that flight or before I have to check into that hotel is I'll write down the weather, right? Especially if you're traveling between time zones and geographic environments. I had this happen to me last year where it's like I'm going from Mexico City and then I have to get back to the Pacific Northwest, and having a heavy jacket for late fall, early winter for the Pacific Northwest, but then being able to go down to Mexico and be in shorts and a short collared shirt. Just thinking about those different weather concerns, those considerations. I find that just writing that down a lot of times helps me keep that top of mind, but then if I ever do need to reference it the next morning, so I'm waking up early for a flight, I don't know, I just need to know what it's going to be like when I land somewhere. It's nice to already have that in the field notes journal. Finally, what I like to do in my field notes journal is have a dream list. Now, I got this from my cousin Sean, who he has like a dream list for, I feel like, every city he ever wants to go to. Shout out to my cousin Sean. I like to build out a dream list for anywhere I'm going on that particular trip. I try to do some research and say, hey, is there like a bakery or a coffee shop I want to go to? Obviously a restaurant, or maybe somewhere where I can get a nice glass of wine. Want to do my research before I go somewhere. Maybe there's like a library or bookstore or something that I might want to go check out. Put that all on the dream list, just with like the name of the place, what it is, maybe dates. Don't forget to put in times when those things might be open. Google now is pretty good about sharing that information with you. And you can also then use this to research free things that you might want to do, like go out on a hike, go find a park. If you already have that information in your field notes, you don't have to do it, but then it's ready there for you at your disposal. And again, you don't have to rely on your phone and being distracted by your phone and, just constantly looking at your phone. You can turn your phone off, you can have a little vacation, pop open your field notes, and live a little, enjoy your travels. So that is it for me. Those are just 3 ways that I like to use my field notes journal specifically while I'm traveling, spend less time on the phone, less reliance on the phone, or at least a backup to the phone in case something, God forbid, happens to your phone. Leave a comment down in the description below if you're going to use any of these or have used any of these, or if you have something else that you like to put into your field notes journal while you're traveling. It'd be very helpful for all of us to know. So leave it down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all are amazing who already have. Thank you so much. We'll do it again soon. Later.